Yes.
famous black gay, Jussie Smollett, I believe is his name.
That's his name.
That's right, isn't Taylor?
What did old
Smollett.
Jussie Smollett do? He's
Well,
this black Frenchman.
Yes, he is. He's a wine expert, I'm told. He's on the show Empire. And
Never seen it.
Never will. And so my understanding is that a few weeks ago he came out, and you and I discussed this semi-privately how we thought it was bullshit.
Yeah.
Chiz is taking credit for being the first to be like bullshit because he tweeted it even like right away. He's tweeted,
tons of people tweeted it right away.
He claimed that he was accosted on the streets of Chicago, I believe. Excuse me.
Coldest week of the year at like 2 a.m. or something.
2 a.m, coldest week of the year, by two white guys in MAGA hats, and they beat him, poured bleach on him, and hung a rope around his neck.
He does look light-skinned.
From the bleach.
I'm starting to buy into this story. It could be.
You know how they always talk
you
about like you know that whole thing where like steel beams don't melt, and that was part of it. Bleach freezes. Okay, they were out there waiting on this guy in the freezing cold for hours, apparently, to walk by because he was targeted clearly by his description of events.
Yeah.
So he stumbled.
And you need to remember, they screamed as they were coming at him, "Get out of here!" And then like a bunch of epithets. This is MAGA country, downtown Chicago. This is MAGA country. Yeehaw! Woo! Woo! This is MAGA country. What are you doing here with your fucking footlong BLT?
I'm glad you mentioned that. That's part of the first time I heard this. It's when I started so everyone was doubting the story, and I'm like, I just stayed quiet, waiting for the facts. And then when I heard that he, like, after this beating and bleaching and MAGA country craziness, that he made it back with his Subway sandwich unharmed, that's when I started doubting.
Oh,
the whole
they'd
He
thing.
left the rope around his
He
neck.
left the rope
that's
around
what you
his
were
neck.
saying.
And
When
his
I heard
scratch on
that,
his face was so superficial that even the Chicago PD is like, he probably like did this to himself with a key, would be my guess. I don't know. Like, this is certainly not what you get. See how it's uniform and shallow? That's not what happens when you get the shit beat out of you here in MAGA country.
I have hate crimed many a black in my days in the Chicago PD, and let me tell you, they look a lot worse than that. Okay.
Yeah, and then it came out, like he said for the longest time, like he doubled down his Good Morning America interview where he's like, oh, they got me and they attacked me and whatnot. And then it comes out that he hired 2 Nigerians who are also working on Empire to do this to him. Footage comes out of the 2 Nigerian brothers in a convenience store buying supplies for it.
Hate crime supplies.
And then the funniest fucking thing is he paid them by check. How much of a fucking retard do you have to go through all of this? This guy is a fucking idiot. Stone cold retard to think like all these mistakes wouldn't catch you.
What's the going rate for this? Do we know how much you get paid for?
$3,500 is what he paid him.
Wow, I'd have hate crimed him for that.
Yeah, I'd have done it for $3,200.
It's a good deal.
Yeah,
It's a good deal to fake a hate crime and become.
You have
part
to
of
wait in the cold.
You become part of a criminal conspiracy, and it's a pretty serious felony. But hey.
3,500 is 3,500.
In
Yeah.
Nigeria, I could buy an entire village. So these guys this is hilarious. I saw Joe Rogan talk about this. They were like, when this story first came out, we went off the air, and I looked at Jamie and I was like, bullshit. Bullshit. He was like, yeah, no way, no fucking way. But we couldn't say anything because that's how things are now. You're not allowed to question. You're not allowed to question when a gay black man says that he was MAGA'd. You just gotta take it. You just gotta take it on face value, And I thought it was funny because Taylor brings this up all the time. How there's so many false flag hate crimes since Trump has gotten into office. There's been a bunch of them where these people will paint swastikas on Jewish. What do they call it? Temples or
Jewish cemeteries? That one that was really popular and big in the news for a while. It was an Israeli citizen doing it, or the bomb threats calling in to all the synagogues. It was an Israeli citizen doing it to them, and it's if these things are so prevalent, like why not just go with the real stories? Like why does this guy need to pump it up and pump the gas that much? Like who could possibly believe that someone is screaming, "This is MAGA country" in Chicago when it's like -30.
The angle I've been hearing is that this isn't somehow to slander MAGA people. It was to, like, his motivation was to enliven his career. Like,
Yeah,
why would we trust this guy's self-reported motivation for this? Like, I don't trust anything
Taylor,
he does.
I don't know why you're so skeptical of this man at this point.
Do you know that he was
seems
charged
like
with
Is it
providing
because he's
false
black? It's
Do you know
because
he
he's
was
black,
charged-
isn't it,
he
Taylor?
was
You just don't
charged-
trust him.
Yeah, you're right. That's it. He was charged in 2007 with providing false information to police.
Do you know what I'm curious. Do you know much more about that?
So Jussie
That's not
Smollett.
even that interesting. You can look it up. I don't know what the information
Yeah,
was.
I'm not
I just
doubting
saw
it. I'm just like,
it was
what was that
one
one
thing that came up.
Yeah.
Definitely not this big a deal.
Well,
So,
he
like-
tried.
He did his best.
Yeah.
So Jussie Smollett was in some trouble with his show. There were talks that maybe he was going to get cut or something like that. The Empire higher ups are now, quote unquote, closely watching the situation.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, because I read about his job. He works for Fox. I guess Fox Entertainment is different than Fox News, but whatever.
Well, yeah, Fox makes Empire.
Right. And they were saying that he was always professional and great on the show, and they're still deciding about his future after this fraud. So, anyway, I don't know. I don't know what
I thought it was also
of it.
suspicious when, like, I think one of the things he said was that he was on the phone with someone when the attack happened, and the police were like, "Oh shit, well, give us your phone, and we'll be able to corroborate that." And he was like, nah. And at first I was like, well, maybe he's got like dick pics on his phone or something. He doesn't want to be like, he's a celebrity. He probably doesn't want to unlock his phone and hand it over to law enforcement. That you're a dummy if you do that, if you're anyone. But you could be like, let me go I have some personal stuff on my phone. Let me go take that off. I'll bring it to you tomorrow. Like, that's what you do, right? Like that's what you do.
Yeah, you don't just withhold altogether.
I hire an attorney. I don't know what to do. I know this. You hire an expert and you follow their advice. That's how you do a lot of things like that in life, kids. That's what I would do. So if a cop wanted my phone,
a race bait fraud attorney.
You need a criminal attorney.
You're on.
Yeah, an attorney.
But can we not
criminal.
agree?
Yeah.
Fuck white people. Well, that's poignant.
The prosecutor's like, damn it, he used the fuck white people method. God damn, he's pulling his hair out.
Your Honor, I enter into evidence slavery. Damn it, he's using the slavery defense.
Do we need a new topic?
I mean, if you guys were going to fake a hate crime,
Okay.
you would not go this over the top. Like, you would do what I think we're all smart enough to orchestrate our own fake hate crime and not have it crumble the way this guy's did. What would your do you have any ideas of how you would fake a hate crime against you?
Against our own personal selves as white men.
Yeah, like do what Jussie Smollett did, where you set up a fake hate thing so that you get attention for it. You definitely wouldn't want to go so far as people in Chicago are screaming, "This is MAGA country."
Yeah, that's not a good one.
It's not believable.
No, not at all.
So I think you need some good co-conspirators, right? Like I don't know any. Like if I got Jeremy
I'll
to
do
like
it.
come.
Yeah.
Oh,
Kyle, you didn't even think of me? I'm a
I'll
little
beat you
hurt.
up for $3,500.
I ain't done it for free, but yeah, just sign the back of the check and.
I assault people all of the time for free. I absolutely will do this for 3,500 American.
Yeah, I don't know. I think as white men, it's difficult.
My
because,
first instinct was to pin it on a fan. Sorry, guys.
But that wouldn't be a hate crime because they weren't doing it.
Oh, it
because,
needs to be a hate crime.
It would have to be because you're white or because you're.
Because I feel like I've got enough fan history, like videos made about me and SWAT teams called on me and stuff like that they'd be like, this is the 17th one, and they finally heard him, right? Like, there's a long history of, like, verifiable fussing at me.
I mean, what if you got swatted and
that's not
the
it.
cops shot you? Could you sue the department?
It seems to be very tough to sue policemen for shooting
I
you.
don't
None of
know.
these guys seem to win.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing where,
state.
like, I feel like for Kyle to shoot, or to make it me, I don't know why I made it Kyle, for me to shoot someone, I really have to, like, prove that I was in a dangerous spot and that I couldn't leave. And there's a lot of you had no choice type things that surround shooting someone in most states. But cops, all they had to be like, I was a little scared. He was 21 feet away, made me nervous.
You want to see a cop shoot someone?
See, step one from
Obviously.
your hate crime fakery, you can't be beating you up because they'll notice there's not enough beating. It would have to be something, and it couldn't be rape because they'd check your ass.
Yeah,
It could be something like,
you assume if they check my ass, they'd find nothing, Taylor. You don't know what I'm into.
He held a gun to me, and he said, "You better suck this dick, you little straight boy." And so I sucked his dick, and it took him forever to come. I'm not very good. That's why you can see me, Your Honor, from 3:15 a.m. until 4:40. I'm blowing him in that alley. You can see many other white supremacists walk by and filmed it. I'm all over red tube now.
I'm not good. It was the first time I sucked dick, as far as you know.
Yeah.
So
you wouldn't get away with it if it's like, he forced me to suck his dick, and it's like, Your Honor, this well-seasoned gay man who forced you to suck his penis, would you say, sir, you've had a good amount of time with your penis in others' mouths? Well, yes, definitely. And how long does it usually take you to climax? Give or take. Oh, 8 to 12 minutes, I'd say. And how long, I ask, did it take you to climax with Mr. Taylor? Well, no more than 90 seconds. He really knows what he's doing. Son of a bitch, the great tongue defense.